All right. It looks like Max has got Herman on the. Herman, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing really well. Thanks for taking the time to be on the show with us. I was actually super excited. Max was telling me that he had reached out to you, and I got all jazzed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're so sweet. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, whatever Max said is lies. All lies about me. You can't trust him.
Herman,
fabricated lies.
Yeah, I always say that same thing whenever anybody talks to Max before they talk to me too. So I guess we share another nice little thing in common. But I was kind of excited because anytime I see an agent do so well, and not just in our in the market itself, but actually branch out the way that you have it. It makes me see that if you can do it, hopefully one day there's other agents out there that will be able to cross and do things like that as well. So thank you very much for running out there, bringing the marketing and the shows and everything that you've done. But I wanted to ask you just real quick. I'm sorry. I know I'm rambling, but because I am excited. I wanted to ask you how you got into the whole thing with the marketing. How you came up with Habitat for Humanity.
HabitatForHumanity.com. Well, it was a little side gig I did. I never met you before, but I'm a very hilarious person. I'm just constantly cracking up with jokes. And I don't want to poop on our business, but it is a very straight-laced, kind of dowdy industry sometimes, and people just need to laugh.
That is true.
And I really think that people with our generation, especially millennials, Gen X, Gen Y, we resonate more with kind of humor and irony and self-deprecation, and that's just not kind of what I was feeling. And it wasn't so much that I was sitting at home calculating how to create videos of this vein. I just wanted to be myself, and I just thought it'd be fun, and it'd just be kind of a way to talk about the business, and just like what you're doing with the radio show. It's kind of the same thing. I mean, you're just kind of being yourself, giving information out there, for free, and just sharing your humor and your expertise, and that just kind of resonates with a certain vibe of people. And you did it through radio, and I did it through visual, video, and online. So it's really the same thing we're doing.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's Max brought this idea for the radio show to me, and I was like, well, I'm a little worried about it. And then I started looking into more of the media aspect, and actually you came up front and center. So I was like, once I saw that, I actually went ahead and agreed to actually just start jumping on the air and doing this because.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because
I was like your stepping stone inspiration. Oh my goodness. I'm blushing.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting because, like I said, we had that same thought. How can we bring a play on words, humanity into the real estate market? Because it is so.
So dry,
so dry. It's more like the Wizard of Oz. They cut, closed curtain. We wanted to open it up and see that we're people here too.
Yeah, and I just think that's how people are nowadays. I think when people are doing business with real estate agents, they don't want someone who's like a top-down dynamic. It's like they want to be partners, and they want to know about you and what you do and what your sense of humor is, and because if they're going to be spending every weekend with you for 6 months, they better like you to a certain degree, and those are kind of lifelong relationships that people form, and it's just about kind of being yourself and putting yourself out there. And I always tell agents, you don't have to do video blogging, you don't have to do on the radio, or you don't have to do all this stuff necessarily. It's just that when you're with the client, just be yourself. Because it is just funny how I think once we put on our little suit and we drive around and we're showing homes, for some reason just the personality just rains right through. And then we kind of end up being a chauffeur or a limo driver for some people, and those clients don't really connect with the agent, and those are the kinds of clients who'll probably say, you know what, we didn't really have that sort of a vibe with him, but there's this guy Max who I met the other day, and he's such a hoot, and it'll be great. I know he'll just tell it to me like it is. And that's what people want, like the transparency, and it's just like what you're talking about, those old brokerages. I think from your last show, from last week maybe, about how things are kind of just different with people from the 80s and 90s, and they need to adapt. It's just not technology; it's a mindset.
That's true.
Yeah, we're riding the crest.
Yeah, nice. I wanted to get some of the questions, some of the basic questions out of the way, and then I wanted to chat some more about why you do the things you do. How long have you been practicing?
Oh, since I was knee-high to a pig's eye. Yes. My whole family's in real estate, so I kind of spent a couple of weekends at open houses when I was a kid. So, but officially, I got my license maybe around like, I don't know, 9 years ago. Yeah, time flies.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, Max comes from a real estate family, and he roped me into the business about 8 years ago as well.
Yeah, we were in Europe, and he actually fell on this curb, and he was like, "I think I've had an epiphany." I go, "What is it?" "I think I'm joining you in real estate."
Now, what did you guys do before real estate? Because it's often a second career for most people. So, did you guys have a prior career?
Yeah, I was a recruiter. I always figured I could help people find jobs or help people find homes and feel good about it. So that's where I came from.
And I was a stockbroker, so I had a little bit of a...
I love it. So it's like the interpersonal skill side and then the money side. I love that.
That's kind of the combination of how we got together.
So you come from a family, so you were introduced to real estate way young. That's actually kind of cool. Who were some of your mentors when you were actually starting out in the biz?
I actually was an assistant to a top producer in the city, so I think I really learned. Because that's really when you kind of are in the thick of it. When I was underneath his tutelage and just helping him out, I just saw everything was done, and the amount of money that is spent and made in the business is just phenomenal. And my biggest lesson is you just got to be yourself and throw yourself out there. I remember James we would buy these like huge billboards in San Francisco. We just dropped $10,000 and buy this huge poster billboard right on Market Street, like every month, and it was like that's a lot of money, right? But you gotta kind of live big a little bit to kind of obviously this is before the crash, but like way before the crash. But I just realized that a lot of it is just marketing and putting yourself out there, and that was the biggest lesson I ever learned from him. So cool. Just doing things your own way.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that's a good transition. So you went from seeing the billboard to video marketing. Tell me a little bit about that jump.
Okay, just a little quick backtrack, not to correctify y'all or anything like that, but I don't call it video marketing because it sounds so disingenuous and like I'm like thrusting something down someone's throat and not in a good way. I'm talking about it being video blogging because that's what I feel I do. When I do my videos,
there you go, Herman. Correct, EJ. That's good. I like that.
It's okay. I feel like it's more. I'm just sitting in front of a camera or a green screen just talking about the business. I'm ranting about something or I'm explaining something or talking about myself or an experience. It's just about like a little glimpse into my life in real estate versus video marketing, which just has its benefits too, mind you. It's more like, doing video tours or shooting, a slideshow or footage of your local neighborhood and putting it up on your website. I mean, that's more video marketing. I've never really dealt with video marketing only because I feel like my brand and my personality is strong enough to video blog. Because my personality is what people tune into. It's not so much what I'm selling because I don't think that's really what's going to keep people coming back, right? So video blogging is just... Go on. Sorry.
No, amen. I like the distinction. That's I kind of played it that way because I wanted to hear where you came from because it is video blogging. You are a personality. I mean, you are a character. Oh. So that is.
I've been called worse.
No. And that's I mean that in a good way. Like most people I look at, they're just flat. You're 3D and you actually talk about your life when most people won't. They like I said, it's a lot of them close the curtain so they can't see who they are. No, this is who I am in my business. When you can turn around and see that someone like you, this is who I am all the time, come work with me or come talk to me, and then we'll figure out where we can go from there. I think that's awesome.
And I think Herman's brought up a good point, is that it's really kind of improved the customer experience because your customers are basically know who you are, and they know what they're going to get. They're going to get a guy who's energetic and enthusiastic and, loves and passionate about what he does, and that's important.
A big question I get oftentimes, and you hit it right on the nail, is, well, if you're yourself and you put yourself out there, aren't you afraid you're going to turn people off? And for me, I'm like, I cannot be anyone but myself. And I'm sure Karl Rove is not going to call me up one day and ask me to sell his house. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah, we're pretty soon.
And I'm okay with that because, Lady Gaga will call me up for
there we go.
business. And they're going to be equally, and they're going to be more, and she's going to be more loyal to me because we share the same worldview. We get each other, and she'll send me all her friends versus like people who, like in the past, would just be a veneer of an agent. Like you just hope someone calls you, and then when you get that call, you just like beg and pray to God that they're going to stay with you. So you offer this shiny, polishy, fake veneer. And for some clients, that resonates with them. But for me, not so much. So, I just feel like I'd rather have really quality relationships with my clients because they're going to keep coming back to me and be more loyal to me than someone who just knows this kind of,
this
veneer-y,
this empty
nose up
suit.
in the air, perfect hair, perfect outfit, real estate agent.
Nice. Okay. So tell me how you think social media has changed the real estate profession.
Oh, what hasn't it changed? Oh my God, that's like a loaded question. That's like a 2-hour seminar.
No, just a little brief stuff because I know that you're everywhere talking about it. So just a quick, just a little, give us a little taste.
How has social media changed? It's really democratized the whole protocol and industry. The client is no longer like in the dark about things. It's no longer a top-bottom situation. Like in the past, it'd be like, okay, I'm the agent. Here are 5 listings. Go in my car, and that's it. And now with social media, not only do people and internet, people know everything that's out there prior to even you. And not only that, they know like for example, they're like people can Twitter something and do a search about what's going on in a certain neighborhood, and they'll find out the local crime stats or something that's blogging about a new restaurant. They know everything even before you do. And so oftentimes it's kind of reversed the role that agents have traditionally held in the business. Like, we are not the gatekeeper anymore. And I see a lot of agents struggling with that because if they're going into the business thinking that we know everything and we are the gatekeeper of the information, that's just not how the clients are going to react to you because they know more than you in some ways. So the question begs then, well, what are we here for then, right?
why do we make all this money, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Why do we need you? And well, no, it's because the needs are different. Now there's so much information out there. A lot of it is junk. Most of it is junk on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
So how do you filter that out? How do you edit it? How do you know what is good information, what's bad information, what's current, what's not current? And so I feel we're more consultants now. It's like, we're going away from being a chauffeur. Like, oh, here are the 5 homes. Get in my car. Show you 5 homes, and then out you go. It's like they go to their own open houses now, and people will still, of course, tour in my car, and we should always do that. But I just think the role has changed. I think we're consultants. We're partners with the client. We're standing side by side with them, and that's how social media has changed everything because they know everything. And it's just like because an agent says something, the client isn't going to believe them right away. They always check before, after, and during. I have a client sitting with their iPad in the back of my car, pulling up stuff on Trulia, and everything. And they're not trying to trick me or trying to verify everything I say. They just want a different take on stuff, and that's okay because that's what social media is all about. It's like getting different takes on a house and a neighborhood, and getting the feedback from the community and different agents and stuff like that. So. It's really kind of empowered both sides of the equation.
I really do. I really do feel that. Me, Max, and myself, when we first started, that's actually how we labeled it. We weren't real estate agents. We were real estate consultants. So what you're saying really resonates with us. We're in partnership with the clients instead of I'm going to dictate how this is going to go. That's how I like what we believe social media how it's changed. So it strengthens the bond between the consultant and the client, so we can help and assist instead of dictating, which is a big thing. For us. Mm-hmm. I just want to let everybody know we're speaking with Herman Chan on Market Street Radio here. Check out his site. It's habitatforhumanity.com. Really, really cool. We're going to get into something a little more personal. We talked a little bit about the business. Now we want to find out a little bit about you, Herman.
Yes, I'm single.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, you heard it here. What kind of music?
I charge by the hour. I charge by the hour.
Nice.
I have to behave myself. It's a family show here.
What kind of music do you listen to? Like we're big about what's on your iPod, what inspires you. What kind of music are you digging right now?
Okay, I guess I'm just out of it. Like I'm down with the social media and stuff and the websites and technology, but I don't have an iPod.
Really?
I've never had one, and yes, I have an iPhone, but I've never downloaded a single song on iTunes. I'm just.
That's cool.
Hey, that's awesome.
That's cool.
So
what do you do when you're like writing contracts? You just basically play. You don't play anything. You just kind of go into your own zone and just. When you.
No, I'm a big. Well, two things. Maybe because I'm cheap. I don't know. But I'm a big Pandora fan, and I'm also a big Spotify fan, and I'm also just aficionado of CDs. I will sit in the middle of Rasputins and Amoebas for hours on end, just sifting through old CDs. So.
I like it. Cool.
And the reason why I guess I don't really dive too much into iTunes is because I love rare things like B-sides. Oh God, I'm really showing my age by even saying a B-side. I love just like rare remixes and stuff like that, and genre-wise like R&B, old school R&B, disco, 80s, funk. So kind of off the beaten edge. Yeah, but you wouldn't expect me to listen to top 40. No, I'm too off the beaten track.
Off the beaten track. So do you carry around a Discman with you? What's going on here? Do you have a
cassette player?
Or how do you carry your music?
I don't carry my music at all. It's just I have actually in my car I have a big a huge bin in my trunk that I will put into my Mercedes when I'm driving around, just on my own. But at home, I just listen to Pandora or Spotify if I even have that much time.
That is awesome.
Cool, very cool.
Well, wow,
I it's just, I don't know. It's something about it being very ephemeral. I think I was scarred because I used to, like when I was in college at Berkeley, I remember downloading all this music all the time, but it would get infected and things would just, the computer would crash. And for some reason, it just seemed very ephemeral to me. And I always thought that I would be downloading music again after that whole fiasco. But no, I haven't. I think I just got scarred by the whole thing. I just realized it's just nothing ever lasts. So, like, why?
So now you have the tangible, like it's tangible too. The music isn't just someplace out there and you're downloading it and moving it around. You actually have the CD and you actually have the music and you have to go dig for it. That's actually kind of cool. I like that.
It's kind of like how EJ likes digging through old bookstores and going through bookstores and finding old books. He likes rare books. It's like it's a big thing for him. He'll like, I want to go to Green Apple, blah blah blah. I'm like, again, we're going to Green Apple.
I can't read a book on my iPad or a Kindle. I just can't for some reason. I don't know. I'm really showing my age, right?
No, I'm
not at all.
I feel that same way. I actually got I have the e-reader. I bought it for my brother, and I went completely back. All I want is to hold a book and carry a book in a bag with me almost everywhere I go. It's a little crazy. So that's really, really cool. Thank you very much for letting us into your world, your music world. That's kind of awesome. So the next thing is...
Well, a little bit of interesting tidbit, if you really want to get into my world, is that back in the 90s, and it was very 90s, but I taught and founded the famous UC Berkeley course about Madonna.
Oh.
Get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes, I did. It was very... postmodern pomo culture, post-structuralist, this and that. Very 90s.
Very nice. So, do you ever go back to guest teach? Go in there and see what's going on?
You know what? I was just thinking about that the other day. I thought, you know what? When I'm old and scraggly and my boobies are down to my knees and I can tie them in a bow, what am I going to do? I mean, I like, and you can just tell, I like talking. I always thought to myself, maybe I should be an adjunct professor on the side or something, or when I retire or whatnot. I don't know. I do miss it. I do.
That is awesome. I would come and audit the class. That's what I would do. Cool. I would come and hang out.
Yeah, that's right. Both of us. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll send you an invite.
Nice. Okay, so let's jump back right into real estate just a little bit. Just to kind of finish it off, where do you see the real estate market going in the next couple months?
Where's your crystal ball, Herman?
The next couple months. Well,
You can go a little further than that.
I still think we're kind of nationally, I still think we're flat. I don't have that much hope nationally. But in the Bay Area, man, it is like hotcakes. It is so hard to get an offer accepted now. We're dealing with so much cash buyers, a lot of Asian money, a lot of tech money. It's just incredible how it's like another world we're living in, a parallel universe. I'm just seeing more and more demand pent up right now, and less inventory. It just seems like there's just not enough supply out there for all the people, especially engineers. I mean, these companies are throwing money at engineers. They have so much money, it's ridiculous. And they all want to buy a house.
Yeah.
So, I think it's going to actually be very tough the next couple of months, but differently tough than the rest of the country. I just don't think the inventory is here to supply everyone with what they want here, which means prices go. I'm seeing multiple offers everywhere. If something, I always use the three things. If something's in a great location, great condition, and priced right, it flies off the market. Yeah. If any one of those three things are gone or off, then, buyers are like, I waited 5 years, I can wait for another house. But when those three things align, it's just flies off the shelves.
Yeah, they fly. We're seeing that same thing with some of our clients a little bit south of San Francisco.
The peninsula primarily.
Yeah, the peninsula. Yeah. It's the same thing. You have a lot of money out there floating around, so it is getting harder and harder to find that right place, or once they find it, actually just securing it. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, Herman brings a good point.
Yeah, it's like 2006 all over again.
Yeah,
that's money.
There you go.
Hopefully without 2008, though. That's what.
that's what we're
right. Knock on wood. Gosh.
All right, Herman, tell me how you unwind as we finish this up. How do you like to just decompress?
Oh, how do I decompress? I'm working 24/7. It feels like my client will email me at 3 a.m, and I will respond back to them. I have no life. I'm not married. I have no kids. I have no pets. I have no plants. I don't know. I think it's a disease of some sort. But honestly, people are asking me where do you want to go on vacation? And I think to myself, why would I go on vacation? It's such a great time doing what I do. If I were to go away and seclude myself on an island for a week, I would go stir crazy. I think that's prison for me.
That's prison.
Just doing what I'm doing, helping people and going out there in my car and listening and inspections and I love that stuff. So why would I go away from it? It's not a vacation. I go away.
That is great to hear. So we have.
It's great to hear for his clients, because his clients are meaning that he's working 24/7, which is amazing.
Yeah, that is awesome. You heard it here, Herman.
Well, once I get a big rock on my finger, I'm sure that'll change and I marry up. But until then, I gotta pay the bill somehow, right?
Gotta keep busy. Herman, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. I'm really excited.
My pleasure.
Thank you again.
Thank you, Herman. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm really glad you came on.
You're so welcome. I can't wait to come back if you have me.
No, please. We're going to be bothering you again, definitely, to come back on the show. You spice it up here. We're some nerdy dudes here. Or I always say I'm a nerdy dude. You actually bring life in there.
You're talking about yourself.
All right, Herman. Thank you very much. You were listening to Herman Chan here on Market Street Radio for HabitatForHumanity.com. Check him out. He is doing all things. Check it out. Thank you, Herman, again. You have a great day.